What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Not So Local Game Store. Think of us as your local game store, but completely online. We are working on developing a store where you can buy all your favorite singles and sealed product from every trading card game you can think of, along with joining live events via our Discord, where you can also chat about decks, suggest deck ideas to us to play live on stream or in YouTube videos. Stream is going to be at twitch.tv/Not So Local Game Store, or obviously the YouTube video you're watching right now, along with just talking with other individuals that are interested in trading card games and playing trading card games with your friends, all without leaving the comfort of your couch. We really want you to get the local game store experience without having to leave your home. We are into Edge of Eternities Standard, and that means we get to play some fun decks and a deck type that is probably one of the oldest I can think of in terms of like names of decks that got some new cards with Edge of Eternities. So let's talk about those cards and then get into some games. Okay, so RDW, if I were to say that to any Magic player, they would pretty much know that that means red deck wins. What is that? That's a mono-red aggro list, and for a while it's obviously existed. It's existed for years in Standard. The new Standard season, it was Mice at one point. It's now kind of shifted, but there are some new card additions in this newest version that I think are kind of interesting. The biggest one being a card from Edge of Eternities that is Nova Hellkite. That is 3 and 2 red for a flying haste 4/5. Whenever it enters, it deals 1 damage to target creature an opponent controls with warp, 2 and a red. So you can warp it out. It deals 1 damage to a creature, deals 4 damage, and then you can play it again. It's a really nice addition. It's really nice, quick 4/5 body that you can play in what is obviously an aggressive deck. We're also playing Plasma Bolt, which is a sorcery. It deals 2 damage to any target for 1 red, but if a non-land permanent left the battlefield this turn or was warped, it deals 3 damage to any target. So you can get Lightning Bolt if you warped or had a permanent leave the battlefield, which is kind of nice. And then the other interesting tech that I think is just actually being looked at more, and or just because of the standard format we're in doesn't get talked about as much, is we're playing Sarkhan Dragon Ascendant, but we're also playing Taurine Mauler, which allows Sarkhan to actually make the treasure token because it counts as a dragon, and if we play it, it can give Sarkhan flying. So there's some nice interactions here. I'm going to be honest, so the way that I do the videos is I record the gameplay, then the intros, and I misplayed a few times with this list because as much as everybody says red deck wins is just brainless, there is actually some thought process to it, and I definitely know one game that I definitely lost because I played wrong. So like always, if you enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends and family. Let's get into the games, and you can see what happened. Alright, so best of one is where I really think this deck can go off. We have a Sarkhan into a Mauler. We have a Sanctuary. We have a Burst Lightning. We have a Plasma Bolt. Like, I can see this being good. This could be a good start. We also get to Bolt the Bird, which who doesn't like doing that? No Llanowar Elves for you. Sorry. I am gonna play Sarkhan just directly into this Hired Claw, I think. Just to get damage on the board. And we have a land for the Mauler, so as long as I don't need to bolt a second bird. Nope, Innkeeper's Talent. Alright, we're good. Believe. So this is where this deck goes off, right? Is when you play mono red in best of one formats, you can kind of just take over a game sometimes. Tifa. What up, Miss Tifa? Yep. You get a 2/2. It becomes a 2/3. I play this Hellkite. I get 2 triggers. You Snakeskin Veil your Tifa so it doesn't take 1 damage. Sure. I swing. 4, 8, 12. If you block the 4/4, it dies. If not, you're taking 12 this turn. So you just die to Plasma Bolt next turn. Do I lose the game? So there is the question of, do I lose the game to this Tifa? They'd have to deal 20 damage to me. Oh wait, I do, don't I? I do. I do lose the game. Wow. Yep. I lose to just Tifa triggering a million times. Sure. I could have just left my lizard back. No, it has trample. It doesn't matter. I actually just lost the Tifa. Sarkhan, and then you can make a treasure off of the Mauler and then play Mauler plus Burst Lightnings. I'm fine with this. I think one of the most, like, underrated things that, people haven't, like, really started to mess with until late is the fact that there's a lot of shapeshifters in this set. Or, like, in the most recent sets. And so, like, cards that ask about Sarkhan, or ask about, like, dragons or things like that for Sarkhan are actually not that hard to make happen. Because there's so many shapeshifters that exist. They're just gonna know where to run my Sarkhan. Sure. If we're playing Pixie, we might be in trouble. I don't know if I have a good way to beat Pixie. I don't really want to drop that this turn. Let's just Mauler. Keep up Burst Lightning. Truthfully, next turn, if we just turn Sanctuary on, that's fine. Oh, they have no turn 2 play? Okay. I think I am just going to turn Sanctuary on here. I mean, if they have another kill spell, I guess they could kill my Sanctuary, and then I'm down, like, I'm down a land, and, okay. So they're gonna get nowhere to run back, which means my Sanctuary's gone next turn. Okay, so they're taking 6. They know where to run. My Sanctuary goes away. I then can just Storm Brood their... Well, I can just burst... Yeah, I can just Storm Brood their Kieran and hold my Burst Lightnings. Now, I mean, now we want to land, right? But... Oh, it's without flying. Okay. I mean, we're getting close to just Burst Lightning... Like, Burst Lightninging them out. Alright, so there's a blue mana. If we draw a land... If we go Burst Lightning, draw a land... Oh, they're gonna Kaido, aren't they? I should have known that. Why didn't I Burst Lightning, though? I could have assumed they were Kaidoing. Do I not get a trigger for that? Oh, I guess no, because Ninjutsu's not casting. They're gonna tap... I was gonna say, they're gonna tap my Mauler, aren't they? Alright, well, let's get rid of Kaido. And then I just have to chill.
I'll make a new plan.
Let's get a Plasma Bolt to their face. Because a land gives me... So I could Burst Lightning their face, then a land gives me 2 damage. Okay, their second Kieran, sure. Yep, I'm gonna take the counter. Let's just draw a land and just play like 17 Lynxes in a row, yeah? No, we're gonna draw another Burst Lightning. Okay. Sure. Eventually we have to draw a land and then these Sphinxes matter. One would think. Oh, now they take 3 off of each Sphinx, which actually is lethal off of any land. So I might just play this kind of control-y now. And, well, I'm gonna Burst Lightning their face and hope I draw a land. Is truthfully what's gonna happen. Sphinx also lives through nowhere to run. Screaming Nemesis, however, does not live through nowhere to run, so... Not gonna throw Screaming Nemesis away. We'll just Charring Bite this Otter. Okay, you're gonna bounce your talent. Sure. I'm literally just looking for a land. I'll land and I win with links. Because I can just go links, they're done. There's Cosmogrand. I mean, they're going to start popping off. And I haven't hit a land. Yep. Well, I can Screaming Nemesis now. If I don't hit a land. Because they don't have nowhere to run. But I would preferably draw a land, which I did not do. Screaming Nemesis. Swing at you. Wait, am I dead on the crackback? They cast 2 spells, I die? Yes. The answer is yes. I have to kill this Zenith. Play another non-basic land and let me draw a land deck. Okay, there we go. I just need to draw a land now. I just need to draw a land. If I draw a land, they just die to Link's trigger. But I need to draw the land. I have a 46% chance to draw the land. If I do, I win. If I don't, I lose. Never thought in a mono red list I'd want to draw a land. I think I'm just dead. They know where to run one. I keep the second one. They can just tap. Wait, yeah, I'm just dead, right? I think I'm just dead. I guess we see what they do with their turn, but they can just crack the relic. I really couldn't hit a land this whole time. Because right now it's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yep. Wow. I just need one land. That's it. In this matchup, we want all our Magebane Lizards. We want all our Fire Magics. I don't really care about our Braids. We would like to remove... I'm gonna remove our Plasma Bolts. I'm gonna get rid of this Lightning Strike. I'm gonna ditch these Storm Broods. And cut a Burst Lightning. Okay. On the play with 4 lands, I'll keep this. It's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's not bad. I have Fire Magic to deal with any, like, Pixie shenanigan stuff off the rip. Obviously, we probably would like to go a little bit faster, but it is what it is. I actually lost to me animating the Sanctuary. Had I just not animated Sanctuary, then I would have had the mana to play Lynx and then play Lynx again, and we would have been fine. Okay. Immediately regret taking the Lightning Strike out of my deck. But, I mean, it's actually not that bad, because we can just Screaming Nemesis next turn. We have Fire Magic. Sure. I mean, I guess if opponent just has the Nut Draw... They don't have white mana right now, though, so they have no way to bounce that. And they're taking damage by attacking me right now. I can give them another attack with Cecile. I also could just Fire Mag... I can't... I can do 2. Alright, there's their white mana. There's a Pixie. They literally have everything. Alright. Opponent drew the nuts. Legitimately drew the nuts. Cecile, Pixie, nowhere to run. It's great for me. Okay. So... I'm just gonna play 2 spells. What do you flip into? A 4/4 with lifelink? So I can't let that flip. Like, so opponents... Sure. Yeah. I make it 3/3. Because that's how it works. becomes a 2/2. Which is technically a 5/5. I have to take this hit. Okay. I mean, we could get to where this matters. Technically 2 turns away, though. Alright, I'm not gonna attack. We'll see what they do here. There is a chance we're just fire magicking for 2. At some point, we need to get rid of this Cecile. Which we can just block with Mauler. I have no problem doing that. Okay. Find a land, please. Thank you. I was about to say, if they don't find a land and they actually just hit an insane draw, I'm gonna be upset. Am I just fire magicking this turn? I don't think I care. I think this is fine, and we're animating our sanctuary. Oh, they're Kaidoing. They're Kaidoing the Pixie. I should have seen that.
I've seen scarier things in a bowl of noodles.
Okay. Luckily, they are leaving my Mauler alone. I could just... I mean, I can still attack Kaido and be okay. Force them to make a block they don't want to do. Make a 6/6. Because I can force them to make a block and then just kind of clean the board up from there. Alright, let's play the Sanctuary. Let's go 2 attacks at Kaido. Kind of hoping they block with Cecile here. They did nothing. It's kind of the opposite of what I wanted. So now they're just gonna know where to run. So I need to play another blocker. And this is 3 to deal 2 damage. So behold a dragon, make a treasure token. I need to be able to block the Cecile, fire magic, wipe this board up. Problem is, I'm gonna... No, I don't have to take damage. Because I can block with the Sanctuary. No, they're gonna remove the Sanctuary. So I'm gonna have to take damage. So I have to take 3 for this. Which does suck. Yep. So I'm gonna take 3, go to 5. They're gonna gain 4 life. I'm gonna clear their board. I'm gonna have... Wait, and then I have lethal, right? Yeah, and then they die. Because they... Wait, no, they go to 13. Bro, like... What's it like to have all the answers? Okay. I mean, yeah. I can't do anything about it. I forgot how this card works. So, like, I have to block here. And then they get indestructible, so then this only deals with 2 of them. I drew another fire magic, so we can just... We're gonna have to do this for 3 again. Maybe they have drawn so many cards that they'll chill, but I have a feeling it's not gonna happen. Oh, look, Storm Chaser's talent. Oh, my opponent has everything. They go get a trajectory back. They drew a Storm Chaser's talent off the top, and I drew a mountain. Sure. I mean, I have to animate, and then they're just gonna kill it with nowhere to run, and they get 2, but... Yep. Oh my goodness. Yep. This is actually insane. Magic Luck is not with me today. And then they drew a Kaido? What is my opponent's top decking? And I draw a land. Alright, well that's game. That's absolutely insane. Alright, we are 0-2 with this list. Not something I expected, but it is what it is. We have a Mada, or a Magda. See what we can do. I mean, I think there's a lot better aggro lists that exist in this format right now, and the standard we're in. But it is kind of weird. It is not weird, but it's kind of interesting that we are legitimately 0-2 with this list. And I mean, surprising fashion. Alright, well, opponent kept a 2-lander. What do I want to do here? I guess we just swing and see what happens. I mean, I don't really want to play Hellkite here. I just keep up Lightning Strike and Burst Lightning, right? I mean, Burst Lightning your face. I committed a crime, I get a treasure token. Screaming Nemesis. Hit you. So this is what I was saying in the first game, is when you play a deck like Red Deck Wins in Best of 1 and you get better draws, you can put together some interesting lines. Now, this is really the most interesting line. Not really. I think Magda is a cool addition, because technically if Magda gets to live this turn, I can go Stormbrood, Lightning Strike, and if I draw a land, I can also Hellkite. Oh no, because they're tapped, right? Yeah. They're discarding a Carnosaur to get rid of my Magda. Sure. I'm gonna play Sarkhan. Sarkhan's gonna reveal this Nova Hellkite. I'm gonna swing for 3. And then I'm probably... I almost have enough to... Wait, I could have killed them. I could have killed them. I didn't, but I could have. Because I can Lightning Strike my Screaming Nemesis. Zombify. Sure. I think I can still win. I guess it depends on what they play here. As long as they don't gain life, I can still win. Okay. I can't win anymore. I can't win anymore. They're at 17. My opponent went to 17 in 1 turn. How do I win this game now? So I can deal 5 to my Nemesis. So I can warp. Get a counter on Sarkhan. Deal damage to this. That's fine. Get a counter on Sarkhan. Swing for 7. I could get rid of the Tyrant if I want, but that's a bad idea. They're at 10. I need 1 more turn, and I need this Hellkite. Can I get a turn? I can't, right? If I blocked the Carnosaur, I could have. No, we just lose again. Wow, this deck is getting absolutely rinsed. Because I can deal 5 damage with Stormbird to Screaming Nemesis, but then they're still not done. I can play this Magda for another... I guess we just play this for another blocker. I mean, I think I'm just taking lethal either way, right? It's exactly lethal, because that's 1920. All they have Rakdos joins up anyways. It doesn't matter. Yep. That's summoning sickness, though. And they deal 14 to me. Yeah, this is, you know, red deck wins. Not a deck I'd want to play, and I just saw why in those 3 games. I'm not gonna lie.